How much does a private chef earn?
6 figures USD, you can earn 7 figures USD. I promise you, they're tossing like 4 or 5 of these bottles of Ace of Spades on their watches for a video. And then the one guy's like, I wasn't recording. I was like, what a jokester. And he's like, no, he wasn't actually recording. So they do it again. See guys like, trash 2 million rand V-class Mercs for an Instagram video.
Wow.
Have you seen that happen?
I've seen it happen. I've seen...
While you're cooking?
While I'm cooking, guys just having a nice big orgy in front of me.
There's obviously a level of secrecy that you have to respect in terms of people's
sure.
Whoever you're looking after, you got to respect that.
If only you guys knew, if only you could see what's going on in these places,
What type of businesses do these guys do?
A lot of them, and then all of a sudden, pings the depth radar to like 15 meters, 20 meters, and we're in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Like, what's going on here? Why are we this close to the sort of bottom? And we were like trying to look, couldn't see anything. And I was like, but we kind of suspected it was maybe a submarine that was playing with us. Like, you get those military subs and maybe they play with people. I don't know.
Has anybody ever asked you to make something you can't make? Like Putsu and Mars?
Check.
Today, we have a chef, a private chef.
The chef.
The chef. The chef that... Just hold on. Is this door open?
Yeah. It's closed.
Okay.
Maybe the taxi hooters in Cape Town are
Taxi
louder.
hooters are loud. Right. Sorry. We've got an amazing private chef who's going to share with us some cool things that he's experienced in his world, in his industry. Being a private chef is no joke. Obviously, names cannot be mentioned, but the stories, nonetheless, are exciting. So we've got Chef Jordan Nel. That is how we address you, Chef.
You know what I like about this man?
Yeah.
He's been following the podcast since babies.
Man, yes. And finally we managed to get down here to Cape Town to actually meet you.
He wanted to fly down to us.
Yes.
At a stage.
Yeah,
Yes.
when was that? Last year sometime?
It was last year sometime.
Yeah, I messaged them.
Yeah.
I messaged you guys. And
Yeah.
and I was like, I'm willing to fly down to Durbs because I love what you guys were doing. And
Thanks,
then
man.
things just got busy and then we were like, we'll catch up when we
I
make
thought
it
you were
happen.
pissed off at a stage. You were like,
No,
these guys.
This is weird. I don't get pissed off. Like, things
bro.
happen when they
You're
happen.
too nice, bro.
First things first, what is that on your chest? What is that?
This is the plating tweezers. So this is for like when you got those little finicky flowers and stuff. We'll show you when we make that dessert later.
Yeah.
But this is for like those little tiny flower petals and stuff, just so that you can make it nice and neat, because your hand shakes when you plate. So
Oh, right.
yeah. And then people also feel away when you use your fingers
Okay.
on the food,
Before we actually get into the chef world,
Yeah.
we had Andile, the farmer.
Yeah.
Remember in Maritzburg?
Yes.
And he told us that there's no difference in those steaks. Remember, was it him? Yeah, it was him.
I remember that clip.
No, he spoke about how much
ribeye.
better venison tastes.
No. We're talking about the cuts.
Oh, the cuts.
Yeah, so remember
Was it ribeye or rump?
like a ribeye and a rump and a
Yeah.
T-bone. Do they really almost taste similar? That's just a question I need to...
Well, it depends what you're looking for. Meats, the different cuts just offer you different levels of like tenderness.
Okay.
So your fillet, so a lot of people say fillet lacks flavor, but what fillet makes up for is it's tender. T-bones are excellent if you just like after just like a lot of meat on the bone and it's got excellent flavor because it's there, right? Sirloin can get quite tough and you need to cook it. It's quite lean, less fatty. And your rump and ribeye are in between a sirloin and a sort of fattier cut of meat. It's good. Like, it depends on how you treat it. So like how you season, how you marinate. That's how I'd say you get the magic.
Okay, so it's like it's the driver and the car kind
the
of
canvas.
scenario.
Yeah. But
Right.
What's your choice, though?
I like I do a salt-aged fillet where you take dry-aged fillet, the whole thing, keep it intact, and you just let it sit for like 2 days sitting on salt. And then when you cook that over the coals, you get a beautiful little sear, medium rare, medium rare. We don't do well done or congratulations. Yeah.
What is rare, medium rare?
So nice and like pink, where the steak comes out medium rare. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, all right.
And
Okay,
you,
rare,
you
medium
get
rare.
that, you slice that, rest it. Oh, it's just
Amazing.
my favorite. Yeah.
Lovely. How does one become a private chef?
So this is something I've been asked quite a few times. All my followers. No, I'm joking. Like, no, it's not that deep, but it's like there are chefs that finally like reach out and they ask you. And I was just saying, like, I actually don't have an answer to that because every private chef that I've spoken to has a different journey. So some of them have gone to like an agency and they sign up. Others, what I've done is I've hustled it, I guess. And then there's others that just stick with someone wealthy and then they invite them into their home and then, they like what they served at a restaurant and then they become a private chef. So different for everyone.
But you think in South Africa, economy is tight. How does one even afford a private chef? Like, do you get much work?
Yes.
So
we get lots of work. So it's all the way from sort of through the last year and a half. I've been booked up pretty much every single day other than I had about 10 to 12 days break where I had to book myself off because you're just working back to back nonstop. It goes crazy. But there's definitely money in South Africa. It's like anything. There's people that are going in, coming out, earning more, earning less, but there's always that 1% that's here. And they are definitely here, and a lot of them are here to stay. Yeah.
Talk to us about the first time you visited someone's dwelling to be this private chef, and then you decided, no, flip, I love this thing. I'm going to continue with it. Are you able to talk to us about it?
Yeah.
Like what that experience was like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I remember I was still in the restaurant space. And it was at the time where I realized like working 16-hour days for a very measly salary, there must be a better way to life, right? And so I was like, let's find a way out here. And I just realized like there's people with money that come to this place and let's try and find a way to get in touch with these people. And so then it was actually on a day where I wasn't thinking about it. I was asked to move my car and I went to the parking lot and there I saw this guy pull in, with his Lambo and he had his girl with him. And
my.
I just went, my G, what's up? And then he goes, Chef, are you going to cook some good stuff for us tonight? And I said, yes, absolutely. And I had no control over that shit. But I was just like, yeah, I'm your guy. And then I saw his girl, she was filming like the whole thing. And I was like, here's a lifestyle edit. It's coming.
Yeah,
There's going to be tags or something. So then I stayed up like every night till like 2 a.m. seeing if they would tag the place that I was working at.
Yeah.
And eventually like on the third or fourth day, I saw a tag and I was like, this must be it. And I saw the profile and I was like, these are my people. And I messaged them and I was like, what's up guys? Like, here's my off day. Here's my calendar. Here's my schedule. If you want the same thing that you had in the restaurant in your home, hit me up. And they were like, done. Wednesday, let's do it. And I was like,
wow.
Okay, like let's make this happen. And then they're like, invoice us, send us this thing. And I had no idea how to do this. I had zero. Like I didn't know how to cost. I didn't know how to profit. I didn't know what to charge. I didn't know any of that kind of stuff.
How old were you?
This was it's not too long ago, hey, about three years. Yeah, 23-ish, I want to say I was. Yeah, there and thereabouts. And they hit me up. I rocked up and I was, to put it politely, I was shitting myself. Like you're sitting there, there's these guys in their beautiful big home and you're the, beforehand you were the guy grilling chickens and you weren't even a head chef or a sous chef. You were just like a line cook that's taking a chance. And but I realized I loved food through all the restaurants. Like I loved food and I loved people. So I was like, this is my place. I just need to get used to it, you know? And so let's make this work. And so we made it happen. They loved the dinners. Or the dinner. And then they were like, okay, you're going to come back tomorrow. And I was like,
whoa. Yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow. Sure. And then, we go. And then they said, when's your next off day? Because I had to go back to the restaurants.
Yeah.
And then I was busting my ass, like in the restaurants, getting no sleep, working, doing all this stuff between those gigs. And then eventually all my off days were filled with gigs from these people. And they'd pass down via word of mouth. That person needs me, next person needs me. And then from there, it just filled up.
Amazing, bro.
To the point.
What type of businesses do these guys do?
A lot of them different industries. We've got forex traders. We've got forex boys here in Cape Town.
Are they real? Are they real, bro?
Yeah, are they real?
Hey?
Are forex boys real?
Yeah.
I know. There's forex guys here. I know. But I can say some of them are real. I've met very few that are authentic forex traders.
Okay.
I've met those Forex traders who are the buy my signal guys.
All right, buy my course.
Come get my trading bot kind of guys.
Yes, yes.
And then shame, you scam everyone out of their life. Shame.
Yeah.
But so we've got Forex guys, we've got business owners, we've got government, we've got royal families, we've got Cape Town's got a lot, and South Africa has a lot because it's a very beautiful place, and very few people know about South Africa actually. But the people that do, they treat it like a little hidden gem, and so you just have to go and find them. They're just as secretive as you think they are, as trying to get the business is. It's very tough. It's very how do I say? It's competitive, but to get the business is all just networking, and also by doing a good job. You can't show up there and disrespect them, disrespect their time, people, nothing. You have to show up there and do a good job. That's the only way.
And there's obviously a level of secrecy that you have to respect in terms of people's whoever you're looking after. You got to respect that. There's no phones, there's no photos.
Yeah, you're not allowed. You're not allowed a phone.
No. So like I was starting out. On my social media journey, because it's the only way to kind of make a name for yourself, right? And is to put your name out there. And I just realized I was cooking these gigs where I was cooking the gigs, but my phone was in a box. And so I couldn't take photos of the food, of the people, of the moments. And then I think everyone thought like, what is this guy doing? Like, why is he's not a real private chef. He's not, And I was like, yo, if only you guys knew, if only you could see what's going on in these places, So phones in the box. And I do that by choice as well, because I want the guests to have a good evening. So by no
What
means,
is there, like a guy at the door and he's got a box and then you say, drop it in the box and then...
Or is it your box?
Well, it depends. Sometimes I can bring a box. I've never bought a box before.
Oh,
but sometimes I drop it in a flower pot. No, but like, no. So
250,000 rand flower pots imported from the Beijing Great Art
I'm
era.
telling you, I offer it to them because it's a way of keeping privacy. They know that they're going to have a better time when everyone in the house is there on their side, because you're inviting someone into their home. It's very personal.
For sure.
The chef and like myself and the team, we can all see things, and to them, a lot of the time that can be your liability now. So we want to ensure that their privacy is just...
They're having a good time, all in all. I get that.
We're here to, let them enjoy.
Yeah. Have people ever asked you to make like you coming in there, coming with your fine dining vibe? Has somebody ever said, dude, I just want to eat fried chicken and chips, bro?
Yeah.
Or just scrambled eggs, bro. You don't need to swivel it up.
Yeah, we've had days where they're like... It often happens when you cook for guys on like a long stretch. So I do a lot of the time, I do like how I operate my business is it's almost like a timeshare. So I'll send out my calendar to my clients, and the days that are off, the days that I'm free, they book. And so then it'll be like one dinner. Those dinners or lunches are normally very fancy and coursed menus and stuff. But then there'll be like big boys that are like, we need you for 2 months, 3 months.
Jeez.
And then
you staying there or what happens? You stay at there?
They provide everything, accommodation, transport, petrol, you name it, your life is paid for. And then you're there. Everything. And that's when they want the more chilled stuff. So then they're like, bro, I love that fancy shit you made it. The last night, that was great. But tomorrow, just KFC, please. Just do it, but healthier, please, for dinner. We just want fried chicken and chips. And I'm like, it's easier for me.
Yeah.
No problem.
And what's it like though? Because like some of them obviously have kids. And do the kids call you at random hours to make something?
Yeah, I've had it. So I went on the yachts for a short while.
Sure.
And I had a guest there that really made me question whether I wanted to be a private chef. I was asleep, and I remember it wasn't my first boat, but it was. I got a knock on the door at like 2 a.m. and the charter guest needed cake. And they needed cake at like 2 a.m. They wanted 4 cakes baked in 1 hour. And I was just thinking to myself, I was like, am I dreaming? Like what? 4 cakes in 1 hour. And it was one of the kids. And so the parents don't have like control over this kid. And so he just ordered his life away. And so I was there, we did it, we made the cakes. Myself and another chef helped me out a little bit, but then we made it happen. These are just what comes with the industry.
What do you mean 4 cakes? What flavors were they, bro?
I used a vanilla base for everything. Then I went vanilla, and then I went vanilla orange, vanilla coffee, chocolate, and built it like that. Yeah,
That's
and then the
insane,
icings was just a butter icing. But yeah, I mean that's one
How
of the
old
many
is this
examples.
kid, bro?
Kid was 30, yeah.
Josh
Josh
wants to discipline somebody.
Yeah, he was a big kid, I'm telling you.
But can you imagine? You just,
Dirty.
you,
There.
I Up you get, bro. We need 4 cakes.
Yeah. I mean, so there's people that phone me at 1 a.m. I've got it. So I've got a certain agreement with a few families where if they need me anytime, they can call me anytime.
Okay.
And I thought this is a good business model because they're not going to need me in the odd hours, but we can charge for the odd hours.
Yes.
And then, no, they called.
Wow.
So at like 3 a.m., they're like, hey, we're landing in Cape Town at 6 a.m. Can you just stock the fridge, please? We're going to be, oh, okay. All right. Yeah,
Wow.
cool. So boom, 3 a.m., we're off to wherever we can find grocery.
Engine.
I'm not saying where we're going, but the engine Woolworths is very,
It's very, very, very.
some good stuff there. Yeah. So we make that happen. And I did that for quite a while. And then eventually I was like, no, this is not worth it. Like, these people are actually needing stuff all the time. And you forget that there's like, these guys operate. They're flying in and out. They're
It's
needing
good
things all the time.
money.
It is,
Surely.
but you can make the same money by just operating your business in a better way. You don't have to be available 24 hours on call. You can just be charging more for a better service. And
What happens if you charge a premium at off hours? Like a premium. I'd wake up for 20,000.
I think at the same time.
I haven't thought about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think at the same
That's why
time.
you
they
need an
would pay
Indian
for
guy in
that.
your business, bro. That's why. Hey, come here, boss.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's I haven't thought about the premium thing. It just makes you very tired, and then you got good guests that you want to look after the next day.
You're never tired for 50,000, bro. You're just
50,000
gonna be
is
like,
a nice premium. I'm telling you,
guys,
that's a good.
if
premium.
I've got to wake up between 1 and 3, this is the penalty fee or whatever it is.
If 50K is a premium, I'll be very awake for that.
I'll wake you up for that.
There we go. Yeah, we go halvesies.
Give us a ballpark, all right? So you can say between X and Y.
Yes.
How much does a private chef earn when they're starting versus as their experience grows? So up to how much can they actually get?
So I would say starting out, you can maybe earn. I mean, when I started out, I wasn't even breaking even. I was like trying to find ways to profit because I felt bad charging them. I didn't have the confidence to like charge a chef fee. So I was charging literally ingredients. And then my time was like, I was in debt to that. But then eventually when you start going up and you're like, agencies, what are they charging? Like, sort of 1,000 to 3,000 Rand, that kind of thing per day. That's a day rate.
Oh, it's
And
like
then
between 2 to 3K per
I would
day.
say 2.5 is about the normal going rate. For
And
a
that
private chef,
includes stocking the fridge. Does it include ingredients?
Just your
Yeah.
ingredients.
Just
So-
includes ingredients.
No. So the 2.5 about that is just for you to show up and cook. Then the ingredients come on top of that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And so everything else is at their expense, right?
Yes.
So, for example, you can go as high as charging. I mean, I know some very good private chefs that I don't even know what they're getting paid. But like a guy like Neil Anthony, he's a guy that I look up to. And if you're watching Neil,
What's up?
respect.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's the guy that's inspired my journey. So he's actually a South African guy, and he's living overseas. He's like the OG private chef.
Yeah.
He works for a lot of big boys overseas, and yeah, I mean, we don't even know what these guys get paid, but you can definitely earn like, 6 figures USD. You can earn 7 figures USD. It depends on how you work yourself. Because
In a year.
like for me, for example, cooking is one thing, but then if you've got a business that makes money on the side, that's another, right?
Yeah.
And then social media can come into play when you start building your audience, then
Yeah.
you can monetize that as well. And so it's kind of, there's a few people that I draw inspiration from as well
Yeah.
because of that stuff. Yeah. Like monetizing content's a really much nicer way of making money. I would say.
Really?
Yeah. Because it's the chefing is long hours, long days. And I love what I do. But then it comes to a point where the hours you work can get quite troublesome when it comes to the pay.
Oh, but you enjoy making the
I love it.
food and
I love it.
and
Yeah.
meeting different types of people
Yes.
and seeing maybe some oligarchs or what are they called? Those
Oh, yes.
oligarchs and
Yes,
That-
yes,
like-
yes.
I don't even know what that is.
yeah, that's
The
it's
Russian
it's a
guys.
different those Russian guys who have like these massive yachts
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I think they're called Russian oligarchs.
You see it all there.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah,
that
yeah.
must be insane. How long
Yeah.
were you on the yachts for?
6 months.
And then you called it.
Was it like
After
private
making
yachts or
cake.
what was
Yeah,
it?
it was a private yacht, but it was just not for me. You have to be a different breed of chef. And you can see like I met a few yacht chefs and these guys, they were all just like unhinged there. Like after about 5 years, you can see what the ocean does to a man and you're like,
Yeah,
I don't think I want to be this gent here. It's not for me. Yeah.
really.
I mean,
What do you
yeah.
mean? Like personally, are they?
I mean, they're quite crazy. I mean, I met like guys that operated the kitchens in submarines. I met guys that were
Okay.
Subs.
yeah, and they're not like in the head. These guys are a little bit cooked. So he was saying, he's like, you know what's so nice about being in the submarine? I was like, what? And he goes, when you're like down there for like a week at a time, And he goes, and you can hear when you're lying in your cabin, someone knocking on the side of the door. On the submarine, you knock back so that you know someone's there with you. And he just stares. And he's waiting for my response. And I'm like,
what?
My G, like, this is not the kind of life I want as a chef.
Was that a joke or?
I thought, I think I don't know whether he was joking or being serious, but I was like, either way, this sounds like hell.
I would be hell scared to be in a submarine, bro.
Some of these, no, so this is, you could put any amount of money on the table. I'll never chef in a submarine.
Yeah.
Never. The guys get fed very well in a submarine, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But for like the first 2 weeks, and then the produce goes off. But yachts and all that stuff, because it's just got like a real culture around like degeneracy. Like there's the guys, they just want to fucking let loose, no goals for life.
Sure.
Like I want to be the best. So that's where I'm at. And so the yachts, they were becoming a little bit tricky, aligning with becoming the best.
So then you just
back on land, we're here, we can record, we don't have to worry about boats surcharging your charging cables for cameras and all that stuff. You know, it's a whole different life. Yeah.
What was like the wildest experience you had at sea though? Were there any like crazy storms while you're cooking or anything wild, like sharks, megalodons?
Still to this day. There was we saw a megalodon that no I'm joking.
He baited me, bro. I was like, what?
No, so we were actually like, must have been like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. And I struggled to sleep because when you're doing a crossing for the Atlantic crossing, it's going from France all the way to America. That's 16 days at sea with no one around you. And then there's always someone in the bridge where you control the yacht. There's always an officer or someone just sitting there making sure everything's fine. You can see no boats in the way or whatever. And this is at night while the captain goes to sleep. And we still don't know what it was, but your depth, right, is like the radar, it doesn't even pick up like how deep you are because that's how deep it is. It's like more than like 500 meters plus deep, just kilometers deep. And then all of a sudden pings the depth radar to like 15 meters, 20 meters. And we're in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Like, what's going on here? Why are we this close to the sort of bottom? And we were like trying to look, couldn't see anything. And I was like, what's going on here? And,
what was this in? A sub?
And it was moving in a way on the depth radar where it looked very like calculated, the movement. So it didn't seem like it was a whale or whatever. But we kind of suspected it was maybe a submarine that was playing with us. Like you get those military subs and maybe they play with people, I don't know, just as a joke. For them, it's funny. For us, it was like...
So it could have been a megalodon.
It could have been the megalodon.
No, but he's saying it was quite calculated.
Yeah, by the way,
go 15, 25.
Animals are clever, bro.
25.
And then it just dipped off into nothing. And so we're like, what was that? We still don't know what it was. We asked our captain and he's like...
How many brown guys were on that post? Let's be honest. None. Zero. It was only white boys, bro.
I made a brownie when I saw that. I tell you what.
Oh, you made a brownie? Oh, in the toilet.
I was in the toilet. I tell you what, I was 4 days away from help and I just saw...
That's
it was
insane,
wild.
bro.
No, it was wild. It was probably crazy.
I don't like
the triangle kind of stuff there, man.
I'm telling you, little fucking megalodon, Leviathan thing. I don't know, but we
and then after that, you're like, guys, put me on land.
From then on, I was like, you know what?
Shit.
I just thought about it and I was like, how many days are we away from someone just helping us? It's like 3 days. That's not a long time. I mean, that's a long time. And I was like, I'm just done. Like, I like walking. I like land. I like knowing that if I put my foot on the ground's here, not 15 meters away and dipping into all the stuff. And I just thought like, you could do something that's so out of your control and like the repercussions on board can happen where like fires happen, you hear of like yachts capsizing and things just happen where I was like, like if you're in charge of your own life, that's nice. On a yacht, you're not. The captain's in charge of your life.
Yeah.
You must captain your own ship. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
It's not nice. So
Dude,
respect to all the yachties out there, but it's not for me.
Yeah. What has anybody ever asked you to make something you can't make, like Putsu and Mars?
Check. When you phone me back home, you're like, Mom, listen, Mom, I don't know what to do here.
Jeez. I mean, I've had it before where like I've been asked to cook things like monkey brain, and I'm like,
what
is that?
Yeah, monkey brain, and I'm like,
monkey brain.
What are you talking about? Yeah, like my man, where do I even get a monkey from? You know, like this is Cape Town. Like, where am I going? Like, I'll go to Cape Point, but there's baboons. Like, what's going on? You know, like, so monkey brain. I've said yes to penguin. I've cooked penguin.
Sorry?
Penguin.
Surf's up, bro. What the
Wow.
hell? How could you do that?
Yeah, surf's up.
Happy feet.
Did you go
Surf's
there
up
and
with
you
a
were
nice
like,
little
you were
katsu
like,
Happy
glaze.
feet, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Happy feet. Wow.
Yeah,
that thing's in the pet toddler.
he's doing his last dance, you know?
Jeez.
Yeah.
Did you cook the feet as well?
No. Just
Wait.
so you get the fillets and you can order. So there's
Oh,
suppliers
hectic, I see.
from around the world where if you just place an order and the money's there, they'll ship it to you. It's not a problem.
Heavy.
Yeah, that's one thing.
Wait, how does penguin? I'm sure you tasted it.
You have to taste your food.
yeah.
before
How does
you
it
serve
taste,
to
bro?
the
It was
people.
yummy. It tasted like my glaze. The katsu glaze. It's like a meat. It takes on whatever flavor.
Is it
you
like
give
chicken or?
Wow.
I would say, yeah, it's like a chickeny,
Steaky.
It's kind of like the way people say like alligator. Like they say, call it the chicken of the river.
Oh.
Or crocodile or something. Yeah, it's like chicken of the river. It tastes like chicken.
So they asked you to make that, and even monkey brain.
Yeah, and then also shark fin
So
soup.
how did you get what?
Shark fin soup.
I've heard about that.
Yeah.
I don't cook that stuff.
But
Why?
isn't that like very like
Yeah,
it's questionable?
It's not nice, man.
Why
They
is
just
it
take that shark
questionable?
and they cut the fin off and then let the thing.
Isn't it illegal?
Yes, yeah. But so in some parts of
Oh, they cut the
the
so
shark-
the
the
shark's not dead.
no,
They just
Yeah.
cut the shark's fin.
yeah.
Oh.
And then
Oh,
they
it's
just
like
let that guy just sink to his death, and it's not nice.
That's
yeah.
like a rhino horn kind
It's
of
similar.
vibes.
yeah.
I've heard about it being very popular in
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
countries.
So I mean, I stay away from that stuff. There's these foods that like local people from different places around the world eat. Like for example, there's like Scandinavian regions, the Inuit. I wouldn't say they're from Scandinavia, but there's certain cultures that are allowed to eat certain foods. I would say, like if you're from Australia, an Aborigine is allowed to eat kangaroo, right?
Allowed.
Allowed to eat kangaroo, but it's kind of frowned upon if someone else just comes in there and it's like, oh, we need kangaroo. Or if someone orders kangaroo overseas, and it's
Yeah.
like it's not really the right thing to do. Some people eat whale meat, but like that's also it's a touchy subject.
Holy
shark
smokes.
fin soup.
Yeah.
A lot of Asians love shark fin soup, but I mean, unless it's legal and you're getting it from a shark farm or something,
Yeah.
not happening.
What's the most expensive thing to cook?
Most expensive thing,
Like
to
costing wise.
cook, the chef's time. No, no, I'm joking.
We're cooking here today.
Hey, boss, we cooking.
When
We're
our team
cooking.
shows up, no,
When you see these guys pick up the checkbook, phone discovery,
Yeah.
bank 30 days
Yeah,
notice, we got
yeah.
big man Jordan
Yeah.
here.
We are an insurance.
And you also
policy.
actually pay, bro, you are bloody tall as well.
We ate the veggies when we were younger,
My
and I was
goodness.
supposed to do squats all the bloody time.
Why
and
do you say
push-ups
squats
and-
doesn't help?
Squats when you're younger?
Hey, you know what we're doing tomorrow.
You know,
It's too late.
Is it too late? Never too late.
Yeah, okay.
Never
Better
too
get
late.
on. Better get on.
Dude. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, the most expensive stuff I've cooked is probably just. It's like a combination of things. You get like certain types of like wagyu from Japan, like the Kobe Miyazaki wagyu, that A5.
Is
What's
it
so
really,
special?
Is it really special?
Do they drink beer and
Is
do
it
they get
really
massage?
special?
Is that
It's
real?
overhyped a little bit.
Yeah.
So they do feed them a very good diet. And it's like of like olive branches and twigs and sticks and all that stuff. And, they give them, play music and all that stuff. And I think they're slaughtered in a certain way, but it gives you a different marbling, that's for sure. And I think they're very, they don't move as much, those cows. So they're
Explain
fat.
marbling to
Marbling-
everyone who doesn't know,
Sure. So
including
marbling,
myself. So I'm just trying to make it like they don't know, but I also don't know.
Sure. So when you have like your fillet steak, like it's just
Yeah.
pure protein, right?
Sure.
There's no fat in between that cut. But when you look at like a piece of wagyu beef, you can even find them here at your local like sort of Checkers, Woolworths, all that stuff. There's some guys that are selling wagyu, even Spa, and you can see in between the meat, there's those little lines of fat that are all like squiggly all over the place. That's because the cow's maybe been fed a diet that's allowed it to gain more fat, and then also to limit its movement a little bit, so that it just
dies of a
retains
heart
that fat.
attack.
Well, I don't know how it dies.
Jeez.
Maybe, but
Cholesterol.
yeah, and then afterwards you enjoy the benefits of it.
Hectic.
Yeah,
That's
it's good
insane,
stuff.
bro.
That's just more expensive because there's more labor that goes into it. That's all it is really. It's
Labor
it's a
costs.
prized possession because there's more labor put into
Sure.
it. It's treated better.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's cool.
What's your favorite dish to make?
Favorite dish to make? This is the tough question.
Yeah.
Because it depends who you're cooking
Okay,
for.
it's
not
a
actually what the
three
dish
course
is.
for Chaka and I. And
Three
we
course
say, my
for the
man,
boys,
make
for
your
the
favorite.
gents.
Make your favorite for the boys.
Okay, I'm gonna have to say signatures. My fillet. Fillet for main course with a katsu Asian glaze. We do like it's a French-Japanese fusion. So we take like the French fillet steak and we put some like, Japanese sauces in there. For starters, I don't know if you gents like seafood.
Yeah.
I'm allergic to shellfish.
You're allergic to shellfish.
Yeah.
What about sashimi? Like raw salmon, that kind of stuff.
That's good.
I tell you what, if you're not for it,
Yeah.
You got to be brave.
Yeah.
Try it once. And if you hate it, that's fine. I'll own it. But
Bro, though, let me tell you, the once I went to a dinner and I said, guys, I can't eat shellfish. But they didn't realize I was very allergic.
Okay.
Right? So they use the same utensils, to make stuff, obviously.
Okay.
And I ate my food that wasn't shellfish. Calm.
Yeah.
Yo, bro.
Really?
I can't even breathe. Then I had to go to the hospital, bro. And then they say,
We're telling everyone secrets that evening.
Jeez, like.
yeah, but it was so bad. And then I've got big lips naturally. So when I got in.
Why are you whispering, bro?
Oh, sorry, I'm just enacting the thing. I'm just enacting what happened. So when I get there, the nurse is like, oh my gosh, he's having an anaphylactic reaction. I was like, what does that mean? She's like, your lips are swelling. I'm like, no, check my Instagram. These things are real. These things are normal.
Yeah.
Overseas.
Gosh.
But I'm very allergic to that stuff.
Then maybe we keep it away from that.
Yeah.
And I think, it's just maybe like, guys, gents, like I love fried chicken. Like,
Sure.
I love fried chicken with like a nice ranch dressing, dipping sauce. It always goes down well. Or dumplings.
Yeah, for sure.
Dumplings is fire. Dessert.
Dumplings.
Can we, sorry, now that you mentioned this, chef, can we talk about why restaurants, like expensive restaurants, we're talking like Chef's Table and those big boys,
Yes.
The big boys.
Yeah.
What is so special about having a plate and having one piece of small slice of steak and then dressing it with stuff and then charging me 500 rand for it?
Sweet corner.
What the heck is that? Is it an art?
I would say it's one of two things, right? It's playing mental games with the customer, right? That's what it is. And it's an art as well. So you're paying for art, you're paying for creativity, you're paying for someone's time. And what you're getting is not just, playing with the customer's mind in a way where I've actually joked about this with a few of my friends, and I'm like, what's crazy is like, I'll give, if a guest wants a course menu and it's like 8-9 courses, you can't give them 8 dumplings on the first course. They're going to be stuffed for the rest, right? But if you put 1 dumpling or 2 dumplings next to each other and you dress it beautifully, they taste it. They're like, oh, the flavor, the wrapping is so beautiful. Oh, the balances with the sauce and thing. I put the same dumplings that I make down in front of a guest that's having a 3-course. Now there's like 5 or 6 of these guys on the plate. They're like, yo, that was good. What's next? And so it's the mindset, the scarcity of having something in a smaller portion and just playing into the creativity of what the chef can do. It's an art. It's kind of like if you were to go to a racing track, right? You can go to like your local Kalani, watch the drag racing. That stuff's sick. You can go there, you can pay like for, like a Nando's burger and chips, and that's going to be fun to watch. You'll get benefit from it and all that stuff. And 9 times out of 10, you maybe go to Kalani to entertain yourselves on the weekend. But there's that one moment where you want it to be special. And it's not really for you maybe, it's for someone else. It's someone else's birthday, you're celebrating something, and you want it to be special and elegant and like just top notch. That's where I feel like it comes in, where you can maybe impress someone. It is about the food, but there's other factors that play into fine dining as well. And so then you're going to put them into the Formula One. That's when you go into the Formula One. You won't do it every weekend, but you'll go when the Formula One is there and when you need to.
But Jordan, the plate it's got minimal stuff, and you go there hungry, bro.
Yeah, bro.
And then
girls like that as well.
It's got like a blob of a nice, what do they call it?
Puree.
Yeah, and they've got
once you read that word, you must leave a restaurant, bro. Once it starts saying puree and you can't pronounce words, then I just say, listen,
so here's the
I'm not feeling for this. Meanwhile, my wallet is not feeling for it as well. Yeah.
So I kind of am in this industry, so it's quite tricky to talk about it because I see both sides. But where I have to agree with you is that I'm not getting value for money anymore when I go out. I don't go to restaurants and enjoy restaurants anymore. There are very few places where I can actually enjoy things. Even like fine dining, I feel ripped off. I do. Because I go there, the biggest course I've had was a bread roll.
You see now.
And I'm like, mate, giving me
that time I'm taking bread rolls and putting butter.
And the flower petals and this and that. And I'm like, there's a time and a place for art, right? And I think also fine dining, South Africa, I'm going to say this from a chef's perspective, needs to wake up because South Africa is very behind on this stuff. Europe, America, in Asia, everywhere else, right? The fine dining scene it's happening. And it's very hard to sustain the fine dining industry because there's high margins. The cost of food is very expensive. but there are beautiful, talented, amazing chefs that are in this industry, right? And they are pouring their heart and soul into a small dish. And fine dining is less about feeling full at the end of the experience, more than it being an actual experience. So you're there to experience something different in the food space, right? So that's what it comes down to. You can go to McDonald's and you can feel full. But you can also, if you don't want McDonald's and you want something that's an experience, it's there. And I would say South Africa is very behind on that. Also because South Africa's food culture is so different, right? A lot of us have experienced like scarcity. Others have experienced just a mass amount of quantity of food from when they were born. So that's what they're used to, large portions. And there's a certain thing that people love. They love feeling full, right? Myself included. But there comes a time where maybe you put that aside. There's guys that, when they work their way up the ranks and they started socializing with certain people in business and whatever industry you're in, right? Well, you just want an experience. And it's less so about the food and more so about the experience and looking at the art of what it is. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
It's a different industry.
I get it. It is experience. And
it just sounds very demanding. From everything we've spoken about, it sounds very, very like physically demanding.
Yes. And I would actually say the fine dining space needs a lot of change because there's chefs that are working ungodly hours in those kitchens and they are getting paid next to nothing. They have a chef who's yelling at them, yelling down their throats, expecting just the absolute best from the soak. He doesn't even know how he's going to pay rent. Barely, right? There's some really talented chefs in South Africa. When I tell you South Africa has talented chefs, oh my goodness, we have some of the best chefs in the world. I truly believe it. But they're not being told how to be confident. They're not being taught the principles of how to become better, how to learn more, where to learn more, where to become better. And this is where it starts stunting people because in the fine dining space, for example, you have some of the world's most talented chefs. I mean, we have a restaurant that's like one of the world's top 50. I won't say names, but you guys can all go and research.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, a lot of the chefs that are in a lot of these top institutions, a lot of these top restaurants aren't getting given the confidence they need to become confident in themselves. I've seen guys go off to like mental homes and all that stuff because they get yelled at and told they're nothing. And eventually, if you get told it enough times, you're going to start believing it, And so, I truly believe that in places like this, there needs to be a change because the guest gets one quiet and peaceful and beautiful and just insane experience. The guy that made your steak is going home crying, thinking, did I even live a good day today?
Wow.
Yeah, so it's very different. So I think that's also one of the reasons why I left the restaurant space was because I knew that I was confident in my abilities. I loved food and I loved people and I wasn't receiving those factors there.
But everybody who was crapping on you was shouting at you up there because you were so tall. Nobody was looking down on you.
Yeah. But you
hey, you cook the steak better, bro.
Yeah, and you're like,
wake up, bro.
You look over him, you're like, yes, chef. Sorry, chef.
Don't look down on me, bro.
Yeah, that's half the issue. I tell you, is when you're taller.
How tall are you, bro?
I was last measured at 2 meters 03 or something like that. Yeah.
Nice.
When the weather's warm, maybe 204.
He's a shower, not a grower.
Yeah, well.
That's
chef
unreal.
School. What does a syllabus look like in chef school? Because I would imagine it's not really
KFC this week?
No, I think it's more like a passion than something that you learn. You can make homey food.
Are there questions like for 5 marks? Explain the 6 principles of. Is there pastry?
Explain the humor for 5. No, so it's like,
I think it's more. Can I take a shot at this?
Yeah, go.
I think it's more nutrition, maybe, at all to be like.
I think it's practicals.
So the thing about chef schools, I've never been.
Oh, no ways.
My man just
so you are
I'm not part of the matrix.
Self-taught.
Self-taught.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's brilliant.
Self-taught from experience, starting from the bottom, working your way up, and eventually getting yourself to a place where you just have to stand on your own legs and be confident, and then you can keep learning from there. Yeah. So a lot of culinary schools, I get messages from chefs, which is the best one to go to. I don't know. I've never been to any of them.
Dude.
Right? So I can just tell you right now, I don't know, but I've heard that there are a few good ones. Right?
Well done, man.
Dude, amazing. No, let's clap for that. That's amazing.
Dude, that's amazing.
That's amazing. Shout out, boy.
But that's honestly like the culinary schools. They put a lot of fear into you. It's like university, right? Like think about what university is to your average viewer watching, they won't know what culinary school is. But if you were to say what university is to someone, I would say unless you're in a degree where you need a field where you need that degree, law, medicine, psychology, all that stuff, fair enough, go and get your degree. But what it actually does to the average person who doesn't know what they want to do, it puts the fear of God into you. It makes you scared to think. It actually, like when you tell me about an exam, when an exam has negative marking,
Ecos.
what is that?
Whoa,
What is
bro,
that?
that's so
PTSD,
unruly.
please. Go away. Go back.
So check this. The psychology behind
Just
that.
got a migraine.
It basically tells you that if you guess, right? So if you use creative thought in this exam, we're penalizing you. So don't you dare guess. Don't you dare take an opportunity to try and get something right. And that's what university does to a lot of people, and it breaks them in the real world.
For sure,
And
bro.
culinary school can also do that to some people.
Yeah.
Unless you really know what
The
you're
school
doing.
system's the same though. Like the
Everything,
school
yeah.
system, what I hated about it the most is that if you could parrot learn, you were clever.
Yes.
You know?
Yes,
And
yeah.
if you couldn't parrot learn, then you're dumb.
Rote learning, that was it. Yeah, if you can, exactly that. Rote learning equals the answer, equals a good human, equals a good life, equals
Yeah.
high salary and retire rich and
Have you ever
congratulations.
messed up a meal very badly?
There's always something that goes wrong.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the guest never knows. That's the only
I
thing
love
that
this
matters.
divine flavor of like smoked charcoal you've added. Meanwhile, you burnt the
Meanwhile,
steak,
you
bro.
burnt it.
Yeah. When they're like, I want to introduce you to today's dessert. It's a beautiful chocolate pudding. That was meant to be a cake, but it,
Wow.
and no, but
So you innovate.
yeah, innovation that excites.
Yeah.
Chill.
So no, but
That's what you have to do, bro.
Huh?
That's what you have to do.
Exactly.
Can you make
yeah.
a curry, bro?
You got to make it happen, and things can go wrong.
Or he
Like
just might.
temperatures
He's
can
like,
be wrong.
I'm
You
not
know,
about that. I'm not
There's
about
always
that.
just something that goes where you have to go to plan B. You're in someone's home,
Yeah,
you're not in
for
the
sure.
kitchen. And so this is what I found actually with my team. We've got a few members on board where you try and get these student chefs in. And if they come from actually like some of the top places, they freak out. They don't know
Sure.
what to do because they're used to having a restaurant infrastructure around them. Now you got to use a strainer from Yappy Chef.
Yeah.
And they're like, this
Yeah.
doesn't look like what they had in the
Yeah.
exams.
It's a
John."
markup
And
plan kind of
and
thing.
you say,
So
well,
you sometimes have to turn down certain jobs if you can't prepare, like as Chaka asked earlier, if you can't prepare the meal, like if somebody says, oh, we Indian, we only eat
Yes.
Indian cuisine.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, for example,
Yeah.
if you're not strong at it, do you sometimes say, guys, unfortunately, I've got to refer you, or do you go and
No.
do the learning and put in
Never.
the hard yards?
never. I'd never turn a job down.
Really?
And the only jobs I will turn down is if I actually don't like the client.
Okay.
Anything else?
That's why you're not
We're a
cooking
go.
fast, bro.
You never asked what we actually.
I actually did, I did,
There
I
might be
did.
a secret little something coming at the end of the podcast.
There we
but
go.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But
Insane.
maybe even some speed chopping or something.
Let's
but
go.
I never say no. You always
Yeah.
got to make a plan. And like the thing that people think about is like being a private chef, you must make sure it's perfect.
Yeah.
What is perfect? Perfect's not a real thing. Perfect is if it tastes nice to you, that's perfect. And if they don't like it, then be okay with that. I've never had that happen because we always make it taste nice for them. But that's what it is. Like when
Amazing.
someone's like, that's why people are scared to take risks as well.
For sure.
Like even getting on camera now is like something where I'm trying to get comfortable with it. I'm quite uneasy around cameras still. I'm trying to be confident and
You
all this
seem
on
pretty
camera.
relaxed, man.
Thank you.
You seem pretty
But
relaxed.
it
I've
is-
seen your videos, bro. You comfy. You good. You
well,
comfy.
it's in your own home. So, yeah, but like it's one of those things. Like it's quite hectic because you open yourself up to the
Yeah.
world, and then people get to make judgment. And
Sure.
I'm grateful. I've done a lot of work beforehand in getting to know myself, so that now that I'm on here, I'm happy to put my face in front of camera. I know what I'm standing for.
Yeah.
and it's important.
Amazing.
What is some of the wildest, that you
getting
can
juicy.
share?
Okay.
The wildest experiences you've had, shareable experiences,
Sure.
in your profession thus far. One where you can be like, damn, this is one I
It's
can,
a movie.
This is one I can tell
It's a
my kids.
movie.
It is crazy. Think hard, please. We want the juiciest.
Yeah.
Or you can give us a few.
Let's think. A few people know about this one, but you hear it here first on the Load Shed podcast.
Yeah.
We've had an orgy happen in town before, right in front of myself when I'm just,
While you're cooking.
while I'm cooking, guys, just having a nice big orgy in front of me. And like I said, I'll never say names. I never say names of people that I cook for in the past, in the present, or in the future. Let's disclaimer out there, please. But an orgy going on. And I just thought, I'm hearing these noises and I'm looking at things. I don't know where to look because,
Is your team there as well? Are they panicking? Are they like, we gotta stay professional here. We cannot mess this up.
Yeah. So I actually we had the team at the time and I looked at them and I said, is this something you guys are comfortable with? And they said, mate, no. So then I'm thinking, okay, well, we got to finish this job. We put everything out on trays and I'm telling you, some of these.
So you were making post-workout food, basically.
Post-workout meals, and you don't know where to look. It's happening everywhere. Different.
So
people.
in the kitchen while you're chopping,
nice big
it's
kitchen
open
counter,
plan,
and
bro.
then further down,
It's open
there's
plan.
nice big couches, and everyone's enjoying themselves.
But
and then you just sit there, and I'm like, I signed up to make a 3-course. Now I'm signing up to be a spectator with this happening in front of you. It's completely insane, man. I'm telling you, things happen here.
dude,
Yeah.
that's insane, bro.
I'm telling you.
Imagine
And then you just get the food done, you put it out, and then you leave,
I was
I don't
expecting
wanna
you to
ask
say
more
something
questions.
like Mr. Beast was, you did a thing with Mr. Beast or something.
Yeah.
You went straight for the jugular.
We went for the
There's an
jugular.
orgy happening. What's the aroma like?
Surely that's enough. That's enough. Surely that's what you
The
say.
aroma is filled in the
Yeah,
room,
it's
bro.
wild there. Well, it
Smelling
wasn't
of
enough.
nature.
I left.
But do you not go, okay, guys, sorry, drinks?
Or
Anybody?
guys, can we serve the main course, or you enjoying eating what you're eating there, sir?
Yeah, do you go, guys, should I leave this in the microwave?
I'm
Charlie.
serving you guys roast beef. Is my food redundant or what?
Yes,
today. Yeah. So
Do I even need to do dessert, or you guys full already?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it looks like that guy's been eating the whole evening.
exactly.
Wow.
It's so wild there. And I mean, we've had guys like it's different.
I would
crowds
host
of
myself.
people.
I can't do this because I'm not professional enough.
Bro,
I would have managed.
I'm putting myself in this situation.
Yeah,
I'm cutting an onion
sure.
and I'm dropping it in that area by mistake. So also like they're crying and they don't know what's going on. And also I'm putting some up my nostrils just so I can remain calm. Surely.
I was you morally you are quite tested in this space.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, you see
you-
guys like, trash 2 million rand V-class Mercs for an Instagram video.
Wow.
Have you seen that happen?
I've seen it happen. I've seen like in one evening, 2 V-class Mercs. I think those things are like what? How much are those things? Like 2 million rand or
Yeah,
something?
the 2 bar.
Yeah, just jump on them, trash them for a video. And then afterwards they're like, oh, we're done with the car. We've had guys, I mean, okay, so this is one thing. In the club, right? It's like the flex culture is so weird. Like when you buy like a bottle of Ace or Dom or something.
And the
now
ladies
these
come
guys are
out. Yeah.
on the watches and thing. And I'm like,
I've seen that.
bro, what is that?
What
Like,
is that?
What
Yeah.
is that? Why
I've seen
are
the guys putting iPhones in ice buckets even.
Oh, I've
You
seen
know?
that.
That's the dumbest shit.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
stupid.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
stupid.
I'm like, and so you see these things where guys are like tossing, like, I promise you, they're tossing like 4 or 5 of these bottles of Ace of Spades on their watches for a video. And then the one guy's like, I wasn't recording. And he's like, let's try it again, And here I was like, what a jokester. And he's like,
Yo.
no, he wasn't actually recording. So they do it again. And then I'm like, how much money was that? That was probably like 300-400 grand just for a little video. Like you see so much here. And like, you do.
Oh, these are internationals though doing these
Yeah.
things.
Sometimes, yes.
Oh, it's a good split here.
But
It's
yeah.
a good split.
But it's got nothing to do with you. You just
Nothing
need
to
to
do
make
with
sure
me.
you get your money paid.
I just chopped that onions.
Yeah, you just chop and you just make sure you get your
Make sure the room smells good.
Yeah,
Exactly,
you get
yeah,
your
Yeah.
That is crazy.
It goes on.
That is crazy.
telling you.
I do see some TikTokers
Yes.
who do video their
Yeah.
experience as private chefs.
Yeah.
That's allowed.
Yeah.
If the family is cool with it.
If the family authorizes it and they're happy, then
Yeah.
you can
Nice.
definitely make it a little day in the life, And then
Yeah.
it's quite nice because depending on the family, you know exactly who you can film with and who you can't. And
Like you're not gonna get in front of the dad like, hey guys, I'm here with
This is what a lot of the chefs get wrong here. Actually, is they try and make it by promoting their social pages. They put themselves in the video when the guy's walking around the family eating. I'm like, bro,
no.
what are you
Oh,
doing,
no.
man? Like, they're here to enjoy a meal. Now you must go, hey guys, you enjoying my food? And then they're like,
Oh my gosh.
they're looking at the camera.
I would
They're like,
hate
my
that.
G,
I
what's
would
going on?
hate
Yeah,
that.
this is how they operate
I
here.
would
And I'm
hate
saying
that.
like,
Jeez.
this is not
I
the
would
right way to go
punch
about
someone.
it.
Yeah.
Like when you look at what a private chef,
I would
what they should be doing
Bro.
is make the food. The guests are your number ones. They're your VIPs. You serve the food. You're completely second in command there, right? They're in charge. You serve them. You make sure their experience is looked after, and you will always have business. So
sure.
you check how a lot of the private chefs that are doing well online. I can't speak because I haven't grown my page too much, but like there's chefs that have hundreds of thousands of followers, right? And you can see they're doing day in the life when they're allowed to. They're posting a dish and a meal here, but they're not putting themselves in front of the guests, being like, "Hey guys, look at how good my food is. These guys are eating it." Like that's wild. There,
That's
I could never
Look
do
at
that.
this Ferrari or Lamborghini kind of things. You gotta.
Have you ever?
I'm just saying the way you gotta like sometimes pinch yourself.
Yes.
I'm
speaking
sure.
about orgies, right?
Yeah.
Whoa.
No.
We're going back now.
We're
with that.
going
We're going
back.
No, my
Yeah,
mind is still
we're
there,
going
bro.
back.
I haven't
We're going
passed it.
back.
Hey, I haven't
Yeah,
passed it. Listen, have you seen that thing where people have like they serve food on a human body,
I've actually been
like
asked,
live, like the chick is laying there.
Like Kenny Kunene, sushi.
What's that?
The sushi
the
king.
sushi scandal.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, I don't know about that.
No, so Kenny Kunene used to eat sushi off the ladies.
Yeah, but I've seen that in like movies and like
Yeah,
videos
this was real.
where there's. Have you been asked to do that?
I've been
before?
asked to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, and how was it?
What do you mean? Like be
Like
the
have
person?
a girl lying there, and I make the sushi, and then
Place it on.
yeah. But I
Do you
said,
put a pad there or?
I said it ruins the flavor, so don't do it. You know? No. Yeah, it's. I just said to them, I said, no,
Yeah.
mate, it's going to be confusing because you won't know where to put the wasabi and.
Oh,
You know,
yes.
like. You know, or the ginger. Where does the ginger go?
Yeah.
You know, there's so many places you can put ginger.
Yeah.
When,
Too hot,
when
bro.
you put the
Fiery.
spring rolls, I
Yeah.
don't know. You know.
So literally, but who would you have to organize everything? Ingredients as well.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I mean?
I haven't to make it clear. I haven't actually done this, but yeah. But if it was to be the case, yeah, you'd have
have
to
to.
go to like you'd go to a modeling
Okay, if you
agency
were
and-
doing that,
if I was,
you picked the model, you
Yes.
got it. Where would you place the things? Tell me.
I would ask her. I would say, where would
Oh.
you like the sashimi? Where would you like the salmon roses?
You think girls would be willing to do that though?
For a price.
There's one thing about
For a price, my
ladies,
friend.
Yeah.
everything's for a price.
For a price.
In Cape Town, I'm telling you, you've
That's
seen it
crazy.
all there. Wow.
That's
crazy.
why the yo.
Yeah.
You know, we're at a level where we cannot even fathom
Yeah.
what other people can do
Yeah.
with the
Completely.
money that they have.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, think of the wildest thing. There's something wilder than that.
Bro, you realize that when you travel sometimes,
Yeah.
right? You get out there, you're like, damn, I'm feeling good. I've just bought this 100 euros. I'm great. Only for somebody to pull up in a mega yacht
Yeah.
with like security, and you're like, damn, I just paid 100 euros for a ticket on a boat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's
Yeah.
wild there. It's wild.
That's when you realize there's levels to the game.
That's why materialism, you can actually see it in a lot of people. It ruins them because there's always something new. There's always something better. There's always something faster, louder, cooler, and
Yeah.
it's just what's the point?
There's always going to be someone better, bro.
It's tiring. It's a game that you're going to get tired of running.
And I guess you learn a lot from the different people you meet.
Yeah.
So you actually learning to be like, all right, this is a mistake this man has made or this lady's made. I'm not going to do that. Or this is a great way to do business as I've seen, whatever, based on the people you've met, which is cool. You're learning from mistakes and what you learn, what you see.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a look at what a lot of people have done, from just local businessmen to multimillionaires to billionaires to royalty to all that stuff. And the one commonality that I like in a lot of them is that the people that are, and it sounds so cringe and cliche, but the people that are genuinely nice and treat everyone with respect, the guy that shakes the guy that opens the car door's hand, the valet, all that stuff, those are the people you want to be around, because the people that are nice, I can't even explain to you. It makes life worth living. It makes your job feel so much better. It's when they appreciate the food, because I really like this podcast. We've been talking a lot about the tea here, but like, I love the food, man. So much, like the flavor, putting the dishes together, watching their face and how they react. Like I'm a sucker for a reaction. If they're eating that food, man, it's good. I don't care how much you paid me there.
Yeah.
That smile says it all. That's enough. You know, I love that. So
That's
like
amazing, bro.
people that treat you with respect and they come up to you afterwards and they're like, "Chef, that was amazing." I don't really care about their life. I like in a way where I don't care about their money. how they've made it, what they do. I just care about how they treat people.
For sure.
That's all I'm there for, you know? And
sure.
the people that I do long stays with, I have to make sure these people treat you well. Otherwise, there's no point in sticking around.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm with you.
That's how it is.
So
Amazing.
cool that you're following your passion, bro, and that you're doing such a great job with it. We're excited to see what you're gonna do for us in this kitchen.
Where are we doing it? Are we doing it here?
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna call this episode. We might put it together, or we might do another separate segment where Chef Jordan Nel is working in the kitchen. Exciting.
Clean that
And
kitchen
I
up,
also-
bro.
I wanna
This is a first for the Low Shed podcast.
We've never done this
so
before.
please,
And Jordan now is debuting this vlog.
guys, join this show, and this is going to be amazing. I love what we're about to do.
Yeah.
So thank you for your time,
Bro,
number
James.
one. It's been
James.
awesome. I've
This
learned a
is-
lot.
They won't say it. They're very humble. But I truly believe these guys have the best podcast in the country. I'm just telling you right now.
Oh man,
Because
bro.
they're
Thank you,
pushing they're pushing real journalism, which I like. You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
you.
Awesome,
You allow
man.
people to have conversations.
Thank
and
you,
it's
bro.
it's so cool. Not only just being on here, but I've really enjoyed just watching how you guys have grown, even
Thanks,
to the point
bro.
where I've come on here and I'm like, yo, this is just the
Insane.
beginning. Like
Thank
this
you.
is just the beginning.
Insane, bro.
wow.